Hey Golf Gang, and welcome to a Path of Exile video. This is the 3.19 Balance Manifesto as it pertains to Heist. I will be going through the Balance Manifesto and skipping some parts of it, so if you haven't had a chance to read the Balance Manifesto in its entirety, I suggest you pause this video now so you avoid any spoilers. With that disclaimer out of the way, let's move on. I'm going to go through the manifesto as it pertains to the heist builds that I'm aware of, and of those builds that are included on my Heist Helpful Hints guide document linked below in the description. So let's first of all look at the top one. So spell suppression, this doesn't really change for our builds. Sorry, I forgot I highlighted it. I hate it when people do that. I won't do that again. Spell suppression on items is being modified, but the passive tree is being changed. So hopefully that means it's going to be easier to get spell suppression on the tree, making it easier for us to get spell suppression for those pesky tunnel based tiles set, which is the only ones really you need spell suppression. Going back through, flesh and stone is being changed, and so is Defiance banner. So between those two auras, we may be seeing an aura change on the characters. Wind Dance and Arrow Dancing are also being changed. We'll have to see how that comes in. And the reason I'm not highlighting the spoilers is because, once again, this is the manifesto and not the patch notes. So although it's included in the manifesto, what they've written here could change, is likely to change, and so I'm not going to go into specific values. Hashtag wait for patch notes. Ward doesn't bother us. Scaling down. Minions we don't worry about either. Corpse explosion, nope. We don't use fire trap. Well, some people use righteous fire in Heist, so those of you that are using Righteous Fire in Heist, in reference to Fire Trap's ability, I suggest you look out for Pox's Balance Manifesto, and I'm sure he will have something to say about this and how it pertains to Righteous Fire builds and any changes to his build guides. Same with traps and explosive arrow. If you're going to be making heist builds or traps or explosive arrow, then I suggest you find a content creator who focuses on those builds. I do a generalized heist with some builds that I think are, in my opinion, better, or at least the top 3 for doing heist. Skip. Sniper's Mark might change at some point. Trickster may change. We might see some more Trickster focused heist builds, although Raider hasn't changed in this manifesto, so hopefully that'll not change. Pathfinders, so I have opened this one. Pathfinder is going to be changing, so I'm not sure how that affects the Pathfinder heist builds yet. We'll have to wait and see for patch notes. Going down. This is the biggest problem for us, is the mastery, the reservation mastery is being removed. So that's the 15% increased minor reservation efficiency of skills. That's gone. So again, the auras we use on our heist builds is going to change. So we'll have to see how that pertains once we have the full patch notes and the passive tree available, and we'll go from there. Also, the flask modifiers are changing, so if you did use when your hit gain charges, then yeah, that's going to be a problem. Personally, I don't use them because the 2 builds that I use, the 2 raiders, both stack evasion over armor, so you're not getting hit, you're not getting flask charges. Going down, and that's it really. That is the changes as they appear to Heist. There's a lot of other stuff in here, and I do suggest you do have a quick read through it. However, very little of it pertains to Heist. The nice thing about it is that they don't specifically mention anything to do with Heist. Now again, this is the Balance Manifesto and not the patch notes, so hashtag wait for patch notes. That's the end of the video. Quick 5 minutes and we're done. Thank you for watching. Stay safe and row carpet.